Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And first off, I don't even know how to start this off, but thank you. Our video from yesterday got almost 12,000 views and almost 400 likes in about 12 hours. That's pretty incredible. But with that, today we're going to be back out here on the Hunter Classic. We're headed out to Loggers Point with the 7mm08, and we're going to try and find some big mule deer bucks. Well, it's not a giant, but it is a mule deer and it's a buck. And he's about 80 yards out, and we're going to take our first buck down with the 7mm08. So we'll put our bipods out and see if we can't get on this buck. He's right there on top of that stump. Held right on top of the heart, and it looks like we smoked him. He's down. But there was also a couple of bucks over here, so if we watch closely, we might catch movement on another buck. Right there, right there, right there. We just caught movement on another buck right down on the shore, about 220 out. So when he steps into this opening here, we should be able to get on with the bipods. Oh, perfect. All right, so he's about 230 out. If we hold for the top of the heart, I mean, that looked perfect, but it looks like we got a little bit of drop, so we'll put a follow-up, I guess. That should hopefully bring him down. Man, I thought that first shot would have been perfect. I was trying for a heart, but must have just missed it. But here's our first buck. Let's pick him up. Our first buck with the 7mm08, and that was a right long heart at about 80 yards out. He's going to score 121, so just a 120s buck, but still a buck. And it looks like we did get lung on our second buck that we took a shot at about 220. Obviously, the first shot was probably body. We got a bobcat on the run. Man, when they get in that grass, it's just so hard to see them. But here's the most important part. This is our buck. He's actually a pretty good sized buck. I'm going to say he's going to be like a 150s. Pretty decent sized buck. We'll pick him up. And he's going to score 155. So definitely a pretty decent sized buck. The first shot was actually 236. So we were holding for kind of the top of the heart. And I would say we hit right below the heart. Honestly, we must have just barely missed it. So next time we have to hold for kind of like the middle of the upper lung if we're going for a shot at 230 plus. But it's good to know. And I think we'll take a pretty cool little picture. That'll work out right there. Nice. So we just walked over down to this lake here where I usually have pretty good luck with whitetail. And I got a grunt from a buck, but that's not a whitetail. That's a huge muley. Definitely 180 plus. I mean, it's really hard to tell because he's in a lot of fog and I can't quite get a spotting, but that's a good one. Well, he's about 110 out, so he's definitely in range, but the angle that he's coming at us isn't ideal. And it seems like if he's going to stay in the same direction that he's going right now, he's probably going to end up somewhere, I don't know, behind these trees here. So not only that, the wind that we have here is not great. So we're going to back up a little bit and try and get in a position where we can actually lay down with our bipods out. Well, this could work here if we could actually see. He should be like right there. But I don't see him. Well, that's the answer. He's about 40 yards away from us, so we're just gonna have to crouch up and take him. I mean, he's so close. But that will definitely take him down. And that's a huge buck. It might break 200s. It's going to be close. But if you look at the wind here, that buck would have bolted in about 10 seconds if we went to taking that shot. But because getting a 200 plus mule deer is very uncommon, I'm going to say that he's probably going to be somewhere around 190s. He did have a little bit of deduction on his right or his left fork there. You can see just a little bit. He's got plenty of mass to be 200 plus, but that deduction, that could definitely cost him. Still should be like a 190s. Got a left lung liver, and he's going to score 192.9. That's a huge muley. Anything 190 plus, that's definitely a huge buck right there. I mean, wow, just take a look at those G3s. Those are some massive tines on that thing. I'm going to say he probably would have been close to, yeah, he probably would have been over 200s. We're going to check the deductions here in a little bit. I'll actually show you what I'm talking about during the moment. You'll be able to see that this buck here is probably going to be 200 plus just because he's so massive. Now, here's what I'm talking about. This is our 192 mule deer that we just got right now. You can see it's the same one because we got a left lung liver. And if you look right here, just like I thought. He's going to score, well, he would have scored 203. But if you look right below, there's a deduction of 10.4 points. Those 10 points there cost us a 200 plus. So it ended up being a 192.9. But I think that's going to look pretty good for now right there. We had to swivel him around a little bit, get some better lighting on him, but that's going to look pretty awesome right there. Well, you know how I said I come down here for whitetail usually? Well, I just looked over here. I mean, we didn't even go anywhere. And we got a decent sized whitetail buck out there. But because we are prone, I kind of want to take him from this angle. He's not a giant, so I'm not really worried, you know, if we get a perfect double lung. I'll be happy if we get a single lung, to be honest, but there he is. I mean, definitely should have been shoulder blade lung for sure. But just to be safe, we'll put a follow-up into him. And that should take him down. Well, here's our buck. He actually didn't go too far, maybe like 60 yards, but we did hit him twice. Now, the fact that that's body at 200 yards out, something tells me we need to switch ammo. I think we're going to switch over to the HP ammo. Because the HV, I feel like they're more for like varmints. That's a decent buck though, a 130 whitetail, a real decent buck. But yeah, I think I've had my last straw with these HV bullets. But since we have one left, why not try it out on this feral hog? I mean, it does nothing. I don't even know. Did it even penetrate it? Okay, we are definitely getting some different ammo. Especially if this says body, there's no way. And we're going to the tent to get some new ammo. So we just got to the tent to grab some new ammo, right? And I spotted a coyote, and I don't think you could use the HP for them. So we're going to switch back out to the HV, and it looks like our coyote's coming in right there. I do believe it's a decent male, because I did get a call from a male. And it looks like we cannot use the bipod on a tent. Interesting. I mean, it makes sense, but I would still think you'd be able to use it because we are prone, so... Well, I still want to use the 7MMO8, so we're going to try and crouch up when he gets close, I guess. Wow, this is going to be kind of tricky. I guess it's now or never. Well, we did drop him, so we're pretty good. Although I don't think that was the same coyote that called. That looks to be a different coyote. But we did get a shoulder left lung liver at 12 meters away. So we already grabbed the new ammo. We have the HP ammo. If you look at the bottom right, you can see we have the HP ammo for our 7MMO8. And we got a call from a mule deer buck here, but we're just waiting for him to come in. For some reason, I kind of feel like he's ignoring the call. It was a little bit out there, maybe close to like 190 yards out. So there's a good chance it might not have heard it, but at the same time, the big ones sometimes will ignore it. So I think we're gonna get back on the track and see what's going on with this buck. Well, I was on his track for a little while and I just spotted a bobcat right over here. He doesn't seem to want to come in. Well, at least I don't think he's going to, but we're gonna try and use the predator collar here just to see if it might lure him in. If he's big, he probably won't come in. I also don't know if we can use the 7MO8 on the bobcat even with the HV ammo. So we're probably going to use the AR-223. But hopefully this bobcat steps out here. I don't really have good camo. Oh, right there, right there. He's going to come right across this road. Look at that. That is so cool. The animation of these bobcats are just incredible. They come in so slow and stealthy. Wow. But I think we're going to get the AR-223. And hold for the inside of the heart. We did drop him. So let's go over and go take a look. Oh, very nice. Let's pick him up. And that's going to be a good one. 20 kgs. That is a 9.0 scoring bobcat. We got a left long heart shot. So that's a huge bobcat. Definitely a mounter. We got him at 48 yards out. And yeah, we'll get him mounted. I do believe I have a couple 9s already, but this guy, we have to get him mounted. Oh, of course, we need to take a really cool trophy shot first. And I think that's going to look pretty cool right there. Oh, maybe like that. Awesome. So remember when I said we were on that buck's track? Well, we decided to get back on the track and we happened to be like I don't know, 20 yards away from a tree stand here. We have the HP ammo and the 7MO8, so we're good on that. But that buck just grunted maybe like 80 yards to the left side of us here. So if we could get to the stand, it would be perfect, because I also got a grunt from another buck on the other side of us. So something tells me there's a couple of bucks here. That is a great looking buck. That actually might be the one we were tracking, 95 to 110. I do believe that's the buck we were tracking. So we could go for him right now, but since we're only 40 yards away from our tree stand, I think we're going to try and slide in it and maybe take him out of the tree stand with the recurve, just because that's an awesome looking mule deer buck. Honestly, I don't believe I've ever been this close to this big of a buck and not had him spook before. So I don't know if we're going to make it into the stand. I mean, we have good camo on, but this is just way too close for comfort. The stand is only right here though, so we just might make it. Okay, so we just got in the stand, and right there are a couple other bucks, just like I thought. There's a whole herd of mule deer coming in. That right there looks to be like a 170s buck, so I think we'll go for him second. Well, if this guy's gonna walk right underneath us, I think we're gonna take the recurve and try and make a perfect shot. If we drop him, I don't know if it would spook him. It might not, but we'll try. Okay, he's right underneath us. That was a perfect shot placement. Nothing even spooked. I honestly don't believe I've ever done that with the recurve on mule deer before. I've done it with turkey, but not on mule deer. You know what? Since this buck is right on top of us, I think we're probably going to take him with the recurve as well. Let's wait till he slows down. Ideally, I would like him to turn broadside, but it's probably not going to happen. So maybe we could try for the heart. I mean, it looked like it should have been perfect, but maybe we didn't get the penetration. Yeah, I think we might have got neck or shoulder blade. But either way, he should go down, and we're going to grab this buck here. We'll track him in a second, but this is a real nice buck. Should be like a 180s buck. I don't think he's going to break 180s, but it's a real good one. He weighed 102 kgs. He's going to score 179.9, and we made a spine heart shot right underneath the tree stand at 5 yards away. That's a great looking muley. Great muley and a pretty awesome picture right there. Well, the track did say body, but we just found this whitetail as we're tracking that muley down, and we have the HP ammo. So we're about to try it out on this whitetail buck, and when he steps out, he's gonna be right there. Perfect. And he's down. So apparently the HP ammo has a little bit more knockdown power than the HV, like a lot more. But we actually did get heart and left lung at 13 yards away. He scores 119, just a small little whitetail. So we just got back on the track of our muley, and he's been trotting for a little while. This buck is actually max potential weight, 115 to 130, but we found him here, so I'm glad that we did find him. Because if I track this buck down for that long, holy, that thing weighs 122 pounds. He ends up scoring 176, which is a great muley. But we did get a body. I'm going to say we probably hit him in the neck or shoulder blade. Yeah, that looks like probably neck. I don't think we got the penetration. Maybe a little bit high, but I don't know. Either way, it's a great muley. So I'm tracking a max weight potential whitetail, and I honestly feel like that could be him because the track was pretty fresh. But he is spooked, so I feel like that should be him. But honestly, either way, we gotta take him down because we just gotta. Well, we somehow actually managed to set up our bipods here. We're laying prone, and if this buck would stop broadside, we would definitely go for it, but I don't know if he's going to. So we're gonna take a trotting shot, and we dropped him. I was holding for kind of the top of the lung and the shoulder blade as he was walking. I figured it should fall right in there perfectly, and I think it did. And there you have it, because we were holding for the front shoulder spine It looks like it dropped about 4 inches from where I was holding it and went back, whew, maybe like 6 inches to a foot. Got shoulder blade and left lung at 226 meters out. He's going to score 105. But I'm going to say this. With the HV ammo, there's no way we would have had that penetration. Guaranteed it would have been body. So we just tracked our big whitetail all the way up to this point here, and he actually just called right up on top of this hill. I still haven't seen him yet. I've been looking for a good little while now, and he doesn't seem to want to show himself. He's acting like he's going to be a pretty nice one. He definitely is. Well, of course, just when we have the buck coming in, we have a doe here, so we're going to have to take her out. We'll grab the camel pulsar real quick and see if we can't take a walk and kind of double lung liver on her. That'll put her down nicely. Perfect. Holy, that's a little bigger than a decent buck. That's a huge buck, and he's going to be right on top of us. Wow. Look at that. He's going to be so close. I don't even know if we could use the bipods on this. Oh, yeah, we can. Look at that. What a great buck. Wow. Well, I guess it's going to be a close shot here. We'll wait till he slows down. Or just take the shot. That's a giant buck down with the 7mm 08 right there. I don't even care about the doe. I mean, honestly, I'm just glad that she didn't get too close because she could easily spook this giant. Not only that, I didn't even know how close this buck was. He was way closer than I thought. Here I am trying to run over the grass like Call of the Wild, but you don't really need to do that because you can do trophy shot mode. We got a left lung at 16 meters out. He's going to score 161. And that buck right there weighed 97 kgs. So that's why you always track a max weight potential whitetail, because you never know. This buck here, I mean, some bucks can actually have a minimum of 90 to 100. And this buck only had a minimum of 85 to 100. So potentially this could have either been like a small 120s buck or a big 150 plus buck. Fortunately enough for us, we tracked him down and he's a huge 160 plus giant whitetail, and I'm really happy to have him. Take an awesome picture. And that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. So I kind of wanted to give you an idea on where we hunted today. Basically, we started at this north end here. We found our first group of muleys up at this point here. Got the giant 193 muley right here. Tracked another buck right here. That was where the whitetail was. Ended up getting the bobcat. That giant 9+ bobcat was right here. Ended up tracking another one of the muley all the way down to this point here. And that's actually where we ended up getting that whole herd of mule deer right here. The second biggest buck was right there. Ended up finding that small mule deer right here. Ended up picking the biggest whitetail track up right here on this little road right here. And I tracked that thing for about 20 minutes all the way down to this point, and we ended up getting them right here. So basically, we got a lot of animals all within maybe 1/8 of the map.